Now, when we were here earlier around 4, there was still some ice scrapers left, including salt. The hardware store is planning on being open tomorrow, but is telling folks to come in while supplies last. If you are getting off of work right now, definitely if you have to run any errands, now is the time to get out and do that and stay on the main roads and just make sure you are still keeping a little bit of space in between cars. It is definitely very, very cold out here. Like Jamie said, the flakes are starting to come down. And it is still icy here. We're going to show you kind of what the sidewalk looks here. I'm thankfully on this patch where there's no ice, but you can see here the ice is actually glistening on the sidewalk. And if we look over this way too, you can even see on the railings where the sidewalk is, that ice is sticking, and it's sticking on cars too. We saw a lot of people walking around downtown Springfield earlier today. We even saw some people sitting on the square eating lunch, and get this, we saw some people even sitting outside at restaurants. People told me earlier they actually didn't have too many concerns about driving home tonight, but they did come prepared. We have some good news for drivers. The main roads are pretty much clear right now. They're only a little bit wet. Most of the snow is off to the side, which is really good. I know yesterday the roads looked a lot different than what they're looking like right now, but something that doesn't look different, unfortunately, are these side streets. We just turned right onto Hayes Avenue, and as you can see, they're covered in snow. Shoveling can cause some physical injuries. Mercy Hospital told KOLR10 it saw 2 patients earlier today in the ER with shoveling injuries. And for those older folks, those risks are even more severe, and some of those older folks could even potentially have a heart attack. That's why hospitals are urging people to just take it easy when clearing their driveways and sidewalks. When the snow comes, it's time to break out the shovels.
I came out mid-morning, about 10 o'clock, shoveled the driveway, asked the boy to do the sidewalks, and then just got home from work and I'm just finishing up the sidewalks.
It took me about 20 or 30 minutes to clear like a 10 by 10 area.
Shoveling for long periods of time can cause risks.
Those folks that already have heart disease that maybe not know it, it's a perfect setup for having a heart attack or a stroke.
Carolyn Beard, cardiopulmonary rehab nurse manager, says she's seen more people in their 40s and 50s suffer from heart disease. Those people are at a potential risk for a heart attack when they shovel.
They just overexert themselves. They go at it like there's no tomorrow, and they've got to get it finished, and they end up in the hospital with a heart attack or a stroke, and then they come see me in cardiac rehab later on.
Beard says there are tips to keep yourself healthy and safe while getting rid of the snow.
Wear many layers, only stay out there maybe 10, 15 minutes at a time. Wear gloves, cap, and then come in and totally warm up, get some water, rest a little bit, and then they can go back at it.
Beard also suggests listening to your body, something shovelers are already doing.
I stop for, 20 or 30 seconds and then I go back at it. But if you don't have to take as long of a break if you take more frequent breaks, and then you let your blood and your breath catch up.
Beard says when it's this cold out, try to avoid shoveling and stay inside.
We're in Missouri. The sun's going to come out. So if they don't have help getting rid of the snow, just hang on and it'll be gone in a day or two.
After days of snowy weather,
we actually went sledding around our house for a little bit. I put them in a laundry basket and we sled around our little neighborhood. We did some snow angels, but other than that, we've been inside a lot.
The cold weather and everything has been absolutely terrible.
I feel like so bored inside after a while. I'm like, this is like flashbacks to 2020 right now.
Getting outside was a breath of fresh air.
Do you prefer being inside or outside?
Outside. I like just being outside because I feel more connected to the world and like other people. And it's like a very communal space where you just feel a lot more human after like being all by yourself all the time.
I like to clear my head. I deal with a lot of depression and anxiety because of school and like outside things generally in life. So getting out kind of helps clear that a little bit, gives me something to do.
I have 2 foster kids, and so we always try to find something fun for them to do.
Davin Argo took his foster kids to the Discovery Center.
They seemed to really enjoy it. They liked different parts of it at first. The 4-year-old kind of was a little bit nervous about some of the things, but she kind of warmed up to everything, and now she doesn't want to leave. So she's really enjoyed it, and so is the 14-year-old. So it kind of had a good mix for kids of all ages.
The Discovery Center saw 56 people on Friday. Saturday, it saw 248, including Molly Freilich and her son, Caden.
His favorite thing so far has been the big Legos, like the Mega Legos and dinosaurs. And he likes things to do with his hands, so like anything gear related, tinkering stuff.
Activities to pass the time while people wait for warmer days.